Welcome, everybody. John Zegar. Good afternoon. 5:15, eastern slope of Colorado. I'm guessing it's Wednesday. I don't know the date. It's been raining off and on this last day or so. And supposed to rain off and on along with some intermittent snow over the next 24 hours. It's misting out there now. The rain's supposed to come in a little while. And all night long. And all day tomorrow. So we're back at winter. Temperatures will drop. I don't know what they got up to today. Probably high 40s. Probably low 40s tomorrow. Get down to freezing tonight, I'm sure of that. I'm at home. I'm drinking turmeric and green tea. I've been doing that all week, actually. Turmeric has so many positive medicinal attributes. I think we've talked about that before, but I enjoy drinking it. It's kind of good. I don't have any ginger in it today. I just put a green tea bag in along with the turmeric root cut up. And that turned out fine. So, talk a little bit today about kind of a few different things. Working out's going fine. I guess I hadn't mentioned that for a while. I've changed my routine around, and I'm still maxing out on Sunday mornings, and also doing reps at 2 1/4, trying to get that number up higher and higher. During the week, I'm getting a little fatigued, so I'm going to have to cut back maybe tomorrow. I need to cut back one day this week. I need to just not go in one day this week is what needs to happen, so I can rest and recover and have my body have a chance to heal up. I'm not sore like I used to be, but I'm more careful about that. But I'm still sore and tired. I guess that's accurate. What else? Been getting up early, doing a lot of study and whatnot. I've been mixing the spiritual and neuroscience. I've been mixing the two of those. What's her name? Dr. Sue Morter. Morter. I've been listening to a bunch of her stuff on YouTube. And sometimes she gets a little wordy and I don't know, she kind of talks double. She's hard to follow some of the time. I think her message is okay. She's trying to talk about energy medicine. And she's still saying the same thing everybody else is saying on self-healing. Her terminology is just different, right? We've talked about that before. But she seems to have a pretty good sized following, and people seem interested enough to keep her going. Her father was a doctor, MD, and he treated people through energy medicine. And she goes on to talk about when she was a little girl, that's how she was treated. She never went to the doctor, or a hospital or anything like that. I knew another friend of mine. He was treated by his, I guess it would be his uncle. I believe his uncle was a vet. But medically, way back when, a lot of that stuff transfers back and forth. So he came out fine. But he does talk about it and seems to have good memories of how his health was fine being treated. That's kind of an energy offshoot, but not so much medicine, but energy. So today I what else? There was another thing too. I'm still listening to and reading Dr. Joe Dispenza's groups on the internet. Oh gosh, he's got 3 or 4 different groups. I guess I belong to them. I don't know how I got in them. I just applied and they let me in, I guess. But there's a fair amount, and I'm not exaggerating. I don't want to exaggerate or misrepresent. I'm not here to do that. But I just read a few before I started this, but there's several, and I only read several, and then I get thinking, well, shoot, this is what everybody's talking about. But there's people that are talking about the program not working for them. And some people are talking about in the middle of their meditations, things are going awry, not well. And other people are talking about after their meditation, things are going awry and not well. Other people are talking about they're not healing. It doesn't seem like what their intention is, obviously to heal whatever their physical illness happens to be. It is not going well. And actually there's a few people, and again, I'm not trying to misrepresent anything. Everything I say you can go read on the internet yourself. But there are a few people that are saying their condition is getting worse. So, having spent my entire career in clinical psychology, it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for people to get worse sometimes when they start treatment. For what reason? There's some emotional stuff going on. The body's trying to adjust. It's having difficulty doing that. Some of it is that it's just over their heads. It's too much. It's too intense. It's too much hype. There's an illusion to it, a cure-all, some disappointment. There's some emotional moods being affected also. I read 1 or 2 of those. One lady was talking about her depression that she didn't have before, that she has now. I don't know. I think Dr. Joe ought to, it's only my opinion, which absolutely means nothing, but I really think he needs to get in there and get control of all of these people instead of doing the workshops and turning them loose. Most people that I read, and we're talking, oh gosh, I don't know, 20 to 50,000 people now, they're trying to be the instructors to all these new people. Not good. They're not instructors. I was just going over to get a little more tea to pour in my cup. I don't want it to go cold. As you can tell, I've kind of got a little bit of a cold throat thing going on. But anyway, that's okay. So, that's the latest on that deal. I don't know what any of that means. So I've run into this other issue again I'm going to talk about. For me, things have gone backwards. I thought I was doing really well, and I have been. I've been working on this for years, and I've been pretty punctual with doing my meditations and my work and my readings and my research and watching the YouTube stuff and buying books. But for some reason, I had a relapse. Some of the old personality in me came back. And it came up abruptly. I wasn't prepared for it. It started off with some intentions not being manifested, right? And me allowing some of the old feelings back in and feeling angry that all this work is not paying off. Right? So, I've been trying to level the boat the past 3 or 4 days, which is why I have not done a podcast. And I think I've kind of got it collected and rebalanced and kind of set a new course that I think will be all right. What I did was I kind of used some things I have talked about with you guys on here for myself, and I started going back and doing Bible study a little in more depth. And I joined that together with some of the more recent research that I found. What I came up with, I told you guys a story, I don't know, a couple weeks ago about a guy with some cancer and, you know, his mom having great faith. And her saying to the doctor, you know, I don't want to know what percentage it is that he's going to die. I want to know what the possibilities or percentages that he can make it. Doctor was saying 96% chance he's probably not going to make it. She says, I want to know what percentage it is that he may make it. And of course, 1 to 4%. And she said, that's all I needed. And I found that real helpful. We don't need 25%, 50%, 75% in our favor that we're going to make it. In the Bible, as you all know, and you've all read it, the mustard seed. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can tell a mountain to move from here to there, and it will. And that's pretty much all God asks of you, is that you have at least that much faith. As this lady had very, very little faith, 1 to 4% that her son would actually survive. But it was so great in her, it conveyed to her boy. And the same thing's true in the Bible, as the Bible talks to us about our faith. And her saying to her son, which is kind of a mantra for me anymore, is everything's going to be all right. And I find that really comforting. So I've been working down those two areas. And then I got further into some of the Bible study, and it goes on to talk about, I wrote this one down. God knows how to build on the small things. Let me repeat that. It says in there, I apologize, I didn't reference to where I pulled it out of. I'll try to do that. But it's worded as, God knows how to build on small things. So, like the internet is kind of going through, Dr. Joe's group's people are kind of going through some struggles. I'm going through some struggles. Maybe it's just springtime and that's the sad affairs that happen this time of the year. I don't know. But what I'm reading and finding out for myself is that we have to take the 1 to 4% chance that we'll make it and have so much faith and belief in it that we do. And that everything's going to be all right because God knows how to build on small things. And sometimes that's all we get are the small things. We're sitting here waiting for this, that, and the other thing, which is never going to work anyway. But we're looking for larger type stuff. And in our growth, in our program, physical, mental, and spiritual, sometimes we have to be willing to accept and look at just the small things that we have and be grateful there. So that's kind of what I came up with, and I think it really hit home. It hit home for the readings that I'm doing for myself, as well as listening to all the people who are struggling right now. I don't have the answer. That's the problem. I don't have the answer as to why right now people seem to be struggling. There's a lot of, if you just get off the program whole idea and just kind of glance through the internet right now, Lord forbid, don't listen to the news. But there's a lot of hateful people right now. Oh my gosh, the diversity and it's just horrendous. And I don't know what's in the air or in the water. I can't figure it out. But I know for me, I need to pull back and look at all the small things that I have. And maybe back up a few steps and take the smaller percentage that I might be in currently and increase my faith and belief so that I can get back to where I was and out of this relapse. Obviously, I'm in a relapse. So anyway, tea is really good. Welcome back to winter, everybody. I don't know where you're all at, but it's winter here, and we got another full day of that, so I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to kind of kick back and relax and rest and recover, and I'm looking forward to pounding that bench on Sunday morning and having a great lift and opening up communication amongst people. I really think that's an important aspect of it. Anybody who has anything they want to say, just jump in, call me up, text me, email me. I don't know. Find me some way. I'm pretty easy to find, and let's talk. So anyway, God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you. Bye.